To be a Steelers, consider others before you consider yourself. To protect your brother, even from himself. To give support at your own expense. And when wearing the black and gold suit of armor, make sure nobody desecrates it, disrespects it. Most importantly, we ourselves don't dishonor it. Approval from previous legends who have donned the black and gold. These virtues I learned while playing for the Steelers are what make the legacy of the black and gold timeless. They are passed down in the locker room from the steel curtain to anyone who valiantly wears the black and gold. Creating a brotherhood that is deeper than money, business, and winning. To be a Steelers, consider others before you consider yourself. This is our culture, Steeler culture. Now, here are your hosts, Rob and Dan, the SteelTwins.
The Steelers suck.
Steelers Nation, how you guys doing on this fine Monday night? Thank you guys so very much for tuning in for yet another edition of the Steeler Culture Podcast, where we break down Pittsburgh Steelers football as we are here early this week, considering that it is Thanksgiving on Thursday, of course. We are here early to talk about the week, was it week 13?
It is indeed week 13.
Week 13 already.
Aren't you so excited? I'm excited,
We
man.
are here to talk about the Steelers and Bills matchup in Heinz Field for week 13.
I don't know about you guys. I'm so excited for this game. I just can't wait to watch another same old Steelers Sunday, man. I am itching with anticipation. I'm scratching at the thought of it. I'm not even thinking about Thanksgiving. I am just so hype for this Steelers versus Bills game, man. Let me tell you. After that disaster of ending versus the Bears, I am so ready for more Steelers
Yeah, bro,
football.
we need to get some balloons out here. We need to get some kazoos and streamers, and we need to party, bro.
Yeah, brother.
We're going to take these Bills down, bro. I can't even say that convincingly.
No, you can't say
I
it.
can't. I can't, man.
Listen, man.
Steelers Nation, how we feeling? What? Let me do the math here. 31, 32 hours after the Bears game?
Yes. And this is indeed a mad early preview for the Steelers versus Bills game because Tomlin hasn't even had his Tomlin Tuesday yet. We don't know any of the injury updates. We don't know any of the injury reports. All we know is that the Bills are incredibly injured, but they have a mini bye, so they're going to be trying to get as healthy as they can. And you know they're going to be pissed off after losing in awful fashion to the Texans last Thursday night. And the Steelers, according to Mike Tomlin, he anticipates Aaron Rodgers to be ready for the Bills game. So it looks like Aaron Rodgers will be starting again, unless, of course, something happens. And then we could be looking at Mason Rudolph again. And as much as I like Mason, I do. I'd much rather not see Mason right now.
No, I mean, Mason did not look good versus the Bears.
He did not. He was actually a big factor of why we lost. He was. Like
he could not hit the deep ball. He was not. It wasn't his best day.
Like, I can't defend what he did versus the Bears, bro. He threw an interception. He took a bad sack from Sweat. He fumbled the ball.
And lost it.
He lost it when he could easily just checked it down the Warren right there.
Mason played
He couldn't hit the deep ball to save his life.
He played like a backup.
So with Aaron Rodgers most likely expected to return, that will be a much added effect to the offense. Or will it? Will it make that crazy of a difference? Or make a difference between the ears, or make a difference, at the line of scrimmage pre-snap, as he'll be able to get guys where they're supposed to be. But in terms of the offensive game plan, nothing's going to change. Nothing's really going to advance. They're not really going to look into this game. Look at the Bills' defense, which isn't looking good right now, with them being hurt, and the defensive line very awful and definitely their weak link, and the injuries don't help with that either. The Bills' defense is literally just a one-man job, and that man is Cole Bishop. Everybody else is not good. The coordinator sucks. The scheme sucks. The defensive line's hurt. Their corners are hurt. It's just Cole Bishop out there.
Cole Bishop is a beast.
But based off that doesn't give me any optimism going into this game that even if we get Aaron Rodgers back, that the Steelers offense is going to do what they have to do to get up the field and get points on the board. I don't feel good about this game, folks. I know.
No, because the Steelers didn't take advantage of the Bears' weaknesses. They did not have any of their 3 starting linebackers. They didn't have Jalen Johnson or Kyler Gordon back for that game. They were out basically, 5-6 defensive starting caliber players. And the offense still didn't take advantage of the weak links.
No, and then we're looking at the Bills' defense this upcoming Sunday after the holiday. They got Ed Oliver on IR. They got Taylor Rapp on IR. Maxwell Hairston, their first-round rookie out of Kentucky, I believe, is still in concussion protocol. Terrell Bernard is considered week to week with an elbow injury, I believe. And that's just from the defensive aspect. Their offense as well. Dalton Kincaid has missed the last 2 games
with a hamstring injury.
And we don't know what his injury status is going to be. Again, that's kind of the fault of doing a preview so early in this week. But it's a holiday week. So, 1, we got to get out the way. 2, it's going to be a very busy week from the both of us. So,
yes,
Monday night was the best time to do it. So, Dalton Kincaid could be back. He could be not. But he's missed the last 2 games. Spencer Brown left the game versus Houston. And there's the chance he could be placed on IR. And that's the starting right tackle.
Yeah, so, the Bills are just riddled with injuries. Like, they have and are still getting bit hard by the injury bug.
Yeah.
But will that come to an effect for the Bills? It has for other teams, when they faced other teams, I should say, like versus the Texans that Thursday night. The Bills did not look good in that game.
They allowed 8 sacks to the Texans.
Yes.
8.
I don't think Josh Allen's ever been sacked that much before.
No, those 8 sacks allowed
by
the Bills' offensive line, bro.
The Bills, in every aspect, from an offensive aspect, from the play calling to the execution. Josh Allen himself didn't look good.
Oh, and the Bills have also given the ball up 9 times in the last 3 games.
There you go. And their defense, a lot of their guys are aging veterans.
And I think that's 5 games this year they've allowed 3 or more sacks. They gave the ball up 3 times last week, 8 sacks, and I believe, like I just mentioned, 5 games this year now that they've allowed 3 or more sacks in a single game, with 8 last week being the season high allowed.
And you look at the Bills, who started off 4-0. In the last 7 games, they have now gone 3-4, with losses to the Patriots. I think that was their first loss. Then the Falcons on Monday night, and the Falcons are just god-awful right now. Granted, they got injuries, but still, the Falcons ain't good. Then they lost to the Dolphins.
They got blown out. They allowed 30 points to the Dolphins, especially Devin Achin.
And then, of course, most recently, they lost to the Texans.
Yes.
The Bills are not the juggernaut that I'm sure a lot of people thought that they would be coming into this season. They're not exactly as credible as they were in previous years. Granted, again, they're dealing with a lot of injuries, but even then, they're still not the end-all, be-all in the AFC, at least not currently.
No.
Will that matter versus the Pittsburgh Steelers? In my opinion, I don't think it will.
No, because, to add on with the 8 sacks and the 9 turnovers in the last 3 games, that defense has also allowed a combined total of 85 points in the last 3 games, I believe.
Yeah, not great.
No, not great at all.
No.
So the Steelers, offense-wise, based off of the injuries and everything else, and what the state of the Bills right now, which they are really just looking like, very much like the Steelers, man. I'm going to be real with you. The Steelers and the Bills are almost identical. The only difference that the two teams have is that the Bills have a franchise quarterback. And the fact that they have had, I think, 5 straight AFC East titles, which doesn't look like that's going to be a 6 anymore because of the fucking Patriots.
Yeah.
I think that's a testament to how good Sean Payton, not Sean Payton, I was going to say Sean McDermott, not Sean McDermott, Josh Allen. I think that's a testament of how good Josh Allen is. That he's carrying the Bills, who are poorly coached in every aspect. Sean McDermott is not really the head coach that many people think he is.
At least not what he used to be. I mean, he's done a lot of good for them, especially to start off early. I mean, he took the Bills from where they were to where they couldn't even make the playoffs, if you remember that time.
But yes, but look at them. Look at them
right now, exactly.
They can't get over that hump.
No, I mean, especially in the playoffs. I mean, since 2020, they've made it to the AFC divisional or championship game. But they just can't seem to win the big one or get to the big one at that. They've lost to the Chiefs 4 times within that span in either the divisional or championship game. If not the Chiefs, the Bengals.
It also doesn't help that their offense is incredibly predictable, and Sean McDermott calls the defense. Gee, that sounds familiar to me. I wonder what other team in the NFL has those issues. You know, it's very reminiscent about the Steelers and the Bills as well, is that their offensive and defensive coordinators were in-house promotions.
Yeah.
The Bills and Steelers are damn near identical. The only difference is they have Josh Allen, and we don't have a franchise quarterback. So the Bills aren't good. They're not. They're not the elite that they think they are, that many people thought they were going into this year because they have Josh Allen. And that's a testament of how an elite franchise quarterback can take you, is that reputation-wise, if you have that guy, you're automatically linked up with the elites. But the Bills aren't in the elite category. And I'm not saying we are either, because we're not. We're not close.
Far from it, bro.
But the Bills aren't good. The Bills aren't good, and neither are the Steelers. They both have several of the same issues, where they're poorly coached. They have schematic issues. They have wide receiver issues. The offense is predictable. You got a head coach calling the defense. Need I say more? These are two very identical teams, in my opinion. But even though I say all that about the Bills, and I say that about us as well, I don't know, maybe Bills fans are thinking the same way. Maybe Bills fans are feeling the same way, where my expectation is that none of that's going to matter. Everything I just said about the Bills isn't going to matter when it comes to the Steelers. I don't know if Bills fans are feeling the same way about us Steelers, where we're not good and we're in the same situation, but to them, none of that's going to matter because the Bills are that dysfunctional right now. But I feel like they're going to have a little bit of an edge just based off the fact that they have Josh Allen and James Cook, who is second in rushing yards.
Yes.
They have the best rushing offense statistically in the league because of a guy like James Cook, who's averaging over 5 yards a carry. Josh Allen has 10 rushing touchdowns on the year.
Mm-hmm.
So they got something going. They have something. They have that little bit of an edge.
There's literally those two, Josh Allen and James Cook, that are carrying the Bills team in general.
Yes.
And they're two stud players, and it's going to be a tough task. It's a lot easier said than done to stop Josh Allen and James Cook at that.
Yeah.
It is. And considering that Josh Allen, he's always had a great resume versus Steelers. As a matter of fact, the past 5 meetings, counting the playoffs, which is the last time we faced the Bills, the Steelers have gone 1-4 versus the Bills, dating back to 2019. The 2019 game where Duck Hodges started that Sunday Night Football game versus the Bills, where he threw 4 interceptions.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Since 2019, the Bills have gone 4-1. Josh Allen has gone 4-1, with the one win by the Steelers being the Week 1 game at the start of the, the 2021 season, when the Steelers beat the Bills in an upset 23-16, and that was in Buffalo.
Right.
But that was the lone win. Every other time, the Bills have had the Steelers' number, and they've beat them in very, very embarrassing fashion, too. So the Bills got the Steelers' number. Josh Allen, he has a great resume versus Steelers. And you add in James Cook, who's running amok throughout the NFL. He's one of the better backs in the league, and he's a guy that knows how to get into the end zone. Same with Josh Allen. And considering how the defense played, versus the Bears and how they did, it doesn't look good right now.
Gee, I wonder what the Steelers is going to do. I wonder what their defensive game plan is going to be. They're going to try to stop the run, which is what they feared last week with the Bears.
Which I'll give them credit for. And the Bears had, and I think they still are, the second best rushing offense statistically. They did stop the run.
But they completely opened up the middle of the field for Caleb Williams and everybody else.
Exactly.
That's the one thing, is they are so scared of getting beat elsewhere that they completely underestimate anything else that the offense is going to throw at them. And my fear is that's going to happen again, especially if the Bills do get a guy like Dalton Kincaid back in this matchup, is that they're going to, their mindset, their game plan is, we have to stop James Cook. But then don't forget, Josh Allen can throw the ball. Josh Allen can run the ball. You guys can't cover. You guys always play cover 1 or cover 3, such awful soft zone that it literally beats you underneath every time.
Every single time.
Several times a year.
Remember that 3rd and 5 play versus the Bears? Steelers defense, bro, just gave them all that cushion.
All that backup.
Who
They
was
need
it? Luther,
5 yards.
Who was it? Luther Burden that made the catch and run?
They need 5 yards, and you're paying 10 yards away from your receiver. What do you think they're going to do? There's so much cushion. Get it off quick. Boom, first down.
Gee. Reminds me of the Bengals game, bro.
Makes it so easy for offenses, and I wouldn't be surprised whatsoever if they run the same garbage again. They should really go back to the 2 high safety looks, but I doubt they will, because their mission is going to be stopping Cook. And the way they're going to have to do that, or the way they think they're going to have to do that, is bringing Duggar into the box, which is going to leave Ramsey alone as the lone safety.
Exactly. See, we've seen this countless times, way too many times.
I guarantee you that's the game plan on Sunday.
I don't know how the Steelers just can't seem to figure out to change it up. Like, yes, you want to stop the run. I get that, and you've done a good job. But behind all that, underneath all that, you are underestimating the passing attack.
Well, it's
and
also
considering, go on ahead.
I was going to say it's also a matter that Spencer Brown got hurt. He's probably going to go on IR, so they're going to have their backup right tackle in, who I believe is, what's his name? Ryan Van DeMark. Ryan Van DeMark. They gave up 8 sacks last week to Will Anderson and Danielle Hunter in that Texans pass rush. The Steelers defense, the Steelers pass rush the last 2 weeks, without Alex Highsmith, has only gotten 2 sacks the last 2 weeks. One from Herbig versus
the
Bengals, and TJ Watt strip sack, which led to the touchdown from Herbig. That's it. Do you think they're going to allow this pass rush to do what they have to do? After seeing what the Bills allowed, what the Texans did to that O-line to get to Josh Allen, do you think they're going to give this pass rush any time of the day, especially when they see such a wide open area underneath that's going to allow them to get down the field?
And you don't think Josh Allen is going to acknowledge that, going to see that?
Listen, Joe Brady's not the greatest offensive mind. They're very lazy. They're stale. They're very predictable. They typically run the same mesh formation all the time. But even still, I have a feeling that the Bills are going to take advantage of those mistakes, again, by the Steelers defense.
Well, if you have a quarterback under center like Josh Allen, how would you not take advantage of the weaknesses? A guy of Josh Allen's caliber, of course he will.
Yeah.
And I don't know how the Steelers can't seem to acknowledge that. You want to stop the run, but then you're going to underestimate the passing attack like you did versus the Bears and Caleb Williams. The majority of Caleb Williams' completions was literally middle of the field. The stat sheet was released. Just look at it.
Yeah.
Just look in the middle of the field. Three of his touchdowns were middle of the field. They were targeted in that area. And you don't think Josh Allen's going to take advantage of that?
Of course he is.
How can the Steelers possibly go into this game underestimating the Bills' passing attack? I know they don't have a number one. They haven't had a number one since Stephon Diggs. They traded him away because of drama issues. I know they have Khalil Shakir, who's probably been the more consistent receiver since then. They have Keon Coleman, but he's having some drama issues. Might even be another healthy scratch because of his issues with the Bills.
Yeah, he's not even a starter anymore.
No, he's not.
It's Josh Palmer and what's his name? Tyrell Shavers. Yeah, he got the gig over Keon Coleman.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow.
But even then, they don't have the greatest wide receiver room in the NFL. But even then, you still don't want to underestimate it whatsoever. You can't just have your main focus be, we got to stop the run and then forget about literally Josh freaking Allen, the reigning MVP, man.
Yeah.
You can't be doing that.
And then from an offensive matchup, listen, bro, they had an easy matchup last week. The Bears were missing however many starters, including all their linebackers, and we did nothing to exploit it, to attack it. The Bills, their injuries are just as worse. Their defensive line is incredibly weak. They're a bottom 3 rushing defense in the entire league, and Oliver's been out a while. They're about to lose one of their linebackers in Bernard.
Yep.
Taylor Rapp's on IR. We don't know if Maxwell Hairston's going to be able to play in this game because of concussion protocol. All these injuries. Well, that happened last week versus the Bears, and they didn't do anything with it.
No.
So why should I expect anything different here?
I don't expect anything different.
Even if A-Rod comes back. Because the ultimate reality is the game plan remains.
No, because here's the biggest weak link about the Bills' defense is their rush defense. Their rush defense is terrible. They are the 30th ranked rush defense in the NFL. So you figure with a stat like that and a weakness like that for the Bills, you think, hey, listen, Arthur Smith, your bread and butter is running the football. How about you feed Warren? How about you give the ball to Gainwell a little bit? How about you establish a run game? How about you run the ball?
That's what they should do. They should feed Warren 15, 20 times in this game.
But will they? Will they do it consistently? No.
When was the last time Jalen Warren got 15 carries in a single game?
I couldn't tell you, dude.
It was actually last week.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, really? I didn't even notice, bro.
It had me fooled.
Was that the first time this season?
No. It tied a season high 18 carries.
Okay.
That's the the second time all year he had 18 carries. The first time being the Patriots game.
Regardless, bro, you got to feed Warren. You got to establish a rushing game. And you can't step away from it either. You can't. You shouldn't. Especially if it was working, like it was working versus the Bears in the first half. Then the second half, you just completely ignore it. You just step away from it. You have a backup quarterback in Mason throw it more times in the second half than he should have, really.
They run away from what works, folks. Plain and simple, I'm not feeling good about this game. I'm not very optimistic. I get the Bills are not in a good situation either. They've only won 3 of their last 7. But here's the thing, man. The Bills, they're going to have to play with a sense of urgency. They're going to have to play with a sense of, we need to win this football game. They're also on a mini bye, so they're going to try to get as healthy as they can. And you know they're going to be pissed off.
Mm-hmm.
Because this game, it's week 13, but I guess you can say this game has early AFC playoff implications. Because depending on who wins this is going to be one of those tiebreakers. This is going to put either of those teams, the Bills or the Steelers, in a great advantage when it comes to that playoff spot. But the Bills, man, they're going to be playing mad. They're going to be playing angry. They're going to be playing a little bit healthier. Not very healthy because they have so many players on IR. They have so many players they're still missing. But there's only one team that doesn't matter to in the league, and that's the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Exactly.
It doesn't. It didn't matter last week with the Bears. Why should it matter against the Bills? Even if it's at home.
Even with the Bills, mishaps and their, miscues that they're dealing with right now, hence why they've only won 3 of the last 7 games. The Bills, with Josh Allen and whatnot, and even Sean McDermott to a degree, they're still going to go out there and want to try to redeem themselves.
Yeah.
They're still going to be focused, laser focused. They're still going to want to try to go out there and just unleash their frustration. And who better than the Pittsburgh Steelers?
Right.
Unfortunately. I hope I'm wrong on that. That's the last thing I want, but there's, as of right now, there is no way I see the Steelers pulling off the upset. Even if A-Rod comes back, to which that would be a big plus for the Steelers and the offense, I still don't see an upset being pulled off.
Well, the formula is very simple. I mean, you look at the Bills and their team and the errors that they've been making ever since that 4-0 start. They're hurt. Their defense sucks. They're a predictable offense. They don't really use anything else outside of James Cook. I feel like when James Cook gets shut down, which hasn't been often this year, the offense is non-existent. Like, I see a lot of Bills fans saying, we want everything cleaned. We want McDermott out of here. We want the GM out of here. We want Brady out of here. It makes me feel better knowing that even they're saying it when we've been preaching to the skies about this in our same situations for years now. So
It's just that both fan bases want a fresh coat of paint.
I guess we're not alone in that. I guess we're really. Does that make the Bills spoiled too? Am I doing that right? Am I doing this
What
right?
exactly do the Bills got to be spoiled about? What exactly do we have to be spoiled about recently? Like, please explain that.
At least
to
the
me.
Bills won a playoff game.
Yes.
But both of these teams are in a rough spot right now because any extra losses that either team takes, they run a heavy risk of not making the playoffs because the AFC is getting crunched up. It's not the most convincing conference. I'm not going to lie to you guys because when you look at the standings right now, it's not incredibly convincing. Even the Chiefs could be on the chopping block for the playoff picture. The Texans are trying to make a run. I guess for some reason the Bengals still think they got a chance. No, they don't. No, they don't. Joe Burrow's going to be back for Thursday versus the Ravens. No, they don't. The Ravens are making a comeback, bro. They're in first place right now.
They've won 5 straight.
You got the Chargers, who have the same record as the Bills. Same thing with the Jags. The Colts are the leaders in their division. Like, either of these teams can't take any extra losses at this stage, especially a game like this where this is a conference matchup.
Right.
This is, I would say, another must-win for the Steelers. I just think I think the Bills are going to want it more. I don't feel good about this game. Maybe the Steelers pull off the upset in their own house. I love nothing more than that. I'm just not feeling great going into this game, man. Because no matter how the Bills look right now and how easy it can be to attack their weaknesses, and they have a ton of them, they just don't do it. Everything is old-fashioned. It's weak. It doesn't do anything to win in convincing fashion. They don't play to win. They play not to lose. But in that sense, they find themselves losing very often the last couple weeks. And yeah, the Bills are in the same boat. They are. But the Steelers, man, I mean, in the sense of the Bills, I'm talking from an outside perspective, at least with the Steelers, we've seen this so many times now.
Yeah.
I got a feeling this game could easily go in the Bills' favor. I don't want it to. Maybe I'm not giving the Steelers as much optimism, but
I mean, what reason is there to, honestly? Like, with us Steelers fans here saying that, that the Bills, they're going to be playing pissed off.
Yeah.
And they will. I wish I could say the same thing about this team because they should be going out there playing pissed off. They should be. Having to redeem themselves after a performance like that.
Yeah.
On the road versus the Bears. The way that they've played the last 6 games, the Steelers are 2-4 in their last 6 games. This team should go out there back at home in Heinz Field versus an AFC team. A big conference matchup right here. The Steelers should be playing pissed off.
I agree.
Do I believe in that? No, I don't, because I know exactly what this team is.
You know who's pissed off? James Harrison.
God, was he ever, bro. I listened to that whole segment this afternoon. I'll listen to it, bro.
You know who's pissed off?
He got loud.
You know who's pissed off? Steelers Nation. That's who's pissed off. Getting tired of the same results, man.
Run the ball!
And like I mentioned in the video we uploaded literally like 24 hours ago, saying the Steelers have a major coaching problem. I have a bad feeling that Bears loss is the start of a collapse. And this Bills game doesn't help that case if we lose. And then we got the Ravens after this Bills game.
And honestly, the way that the Steelers team is shaped right now, the way that they look right now, I wouldn't be surprised if they make the Bills look like the AFC juggernaut that many people probably still think that they are.
I know.
And I hate that I say that. Believe me, I hate it. I don't want to say it. But I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. I'm going to tell you my honest feelings. This team sucks right now. I don't find this team to be convincing in any way, shape, or form.
No, me neither. There's a poll in the chat. Will the Steelers beat the Bills? Yes or no? A resounding 70% say no. So we're not alone in thinking. Believe me, I want the Steelers to win. I want them to win in good fashion. I want them to adjust and attack the Bills' weaknesses, exploit their mishaps. But that's asking them to get a little too modern, isn't it?
That's asking them to be aggressive. That's asking them to be bold.
Yeah.
That's asking them to step out of their comfort zone, which they should. But Mike Tomlin leading this team, they won't.
By the way, shout out to Donnie Long with a 7. If you guys watch Still Here podcast, Kevin Adams said if it gets bad, he'll start a boycott rally outside Steelers headquarters. I'll join him.
I'll be right there
Because
with him,
honestly,
bro.
Like the Steelers Nation's outcry, it might be the only, outside of them losing out or continuously losing, that might be the only chance we have at forcing change is the outcry. That's what happened with Matt Canada.
That's what led to Matt Canada being fired.
That's what happened with Matt Canada.
And it worked. Because everybody, Mike Tomlin, Art Rooney II, the entire organization, they don't want to hear it anymore.
No.
The outcry worked.
Pittsburgh 110 with a 499 says, Rooney, Tomlin got to go. First time ever. I don't want to watch. I hope we lose out. Number 1, get Tomlin the elephant in the room. 2, maybe we get our guy at quarterback.
Honestly, the way that this team is shaped and the way that the coaching staff is, if everything remains the same after this season, Steelers should not go get a quarterback.
No.
Because they will only restrict him. They will only limit him so much. That's just my 2 cents there. That's just my honest opinion.
No, you're not,
I don't think
you're not wrong.
I don't think this coaching staff has the capabilities. I mean, bro, look at George Pickens.
Look
bro.
at George Pickens. Look at Jonnu Smith last year and this year. Look at so many other examples of players leaving the organization and they're better off for it. They're actually utilized. The mismanagement and the misuse of talent from the Steelers coaches and their scheme. Like, there's too many examples.
Way too many.
And a quarterback, whenever they draft it, might be the most upcoming and inevitable one. Because you know what's going to happen. They're going to draft somebody. Tomlin's still going to be here. It might be Kenny Pickett 2.0. That guy they draft might have a lot more potential than Kenny, but the same game plan is going to remain. So it's as if we had Kenny all over again.
So,
come on, man. DJ Do Me with a 5. I still believe in Mason. I blame the loss on the coaches. Don't they tell the quarterback what play to run through the wireless headset anyway? Typically, yes. Yes. And I wouldn't be surprised whatsoever if the coaches are telling whoever's at quarterback, hey, listen, don't target such and such. Because if you guys were to watch the replay of the one deep ball that Mason threw
to Roman?
To Roman. He threw it out of bounds. Roman beat his man. You hit him in stride at the touchdown. Mason Rudolph threw it away or threw it out of bounds, which was a bad throw by Mason. But he had DK wide open on the crosser.
Mm-hmm. Middle of the field. Middle of the field, wide open.
Like, the play is designed to hit him there. So is Mason not hitting him? Or are they telling him not to hit him?
Did they just tell these quarterbacks, hey, don't look there?
There's 7 examples. 7 different quarterback examples, bro. We talked about this in our most recent upload.
Yeah, that's almost a full hour's length, really. And it was just like unedited, unfiltered, like no laptops open like they are right now. Like, it was just full, raw, true, honest, pure emotion.
Yeah.
For an hour.
Donnie Alone with a 7. Other NFL news, the Browns are declaring a 9-8 record after Shedeur Sanders beats the Raiders. 9-8? What?
Yeah, Shedor's the quarterback going forward.
Yeah, good for them.
I guess we'll see him at the end of the season.
Yes, he's going to be the starting quarterback the rest of the way. Not going unless he gets hurt, which I hope not. Because obviously I don't risk injury on nobody. I don't care what jersey you're repping, what team you're supporting. Even though I don't like the Browns, I don't want that to happen. I would like to see Shedeur versus his defense.
And no, the Browns aren't winning out.
No.
Not happening.
No. Steel Analyst says, do you smell that? It smells like 9-8. You know, honestly, I don't think this team goes 9-8. That's going to be their mission, just to save Tomlin's record.
That'll be their saving grace.
But I don't think they actually get 9-8.
Well, let's look at the rest of the schedule, okay?
Well, I'll tell you right now. I think we lose to the Bills. We're going to lose to the Lions. Okay?
We're not beating the Lions.
And we're going to lose at least once to the Ravens. So that's 3 losses right there, most likely, which puts us at 6-8.
So you're saying split with the Ravens. We got to beat the Dolphins, right? It's December football with Tua, and it's in Heinz Field, right? You got to beat the Dolphins, right? And then we got the Browns, week 17.
Okay. Lost to the Bills. So that puts us at
6-6.
6-6.
I don't think we beat the Ravens in Baltimore. I don't.
Lost to the Ravens.
That'd be 6-7.
6-7. We beat the Dolphins.
7-7.
Lost to the Lions. We're going to get blown the fuck out.
7-8. We're seriously going to win the last two games.
We might lose out. Yeah, we might lose out. We might be looking at 7-9. Or what's the record? 7-10? Would that be the record?
7-8, 7-9, 7-10. Yeah. But as soon as Thomas sees that eight losses right there, that's when he's going to lock in.
Yeah.
That's when he's going to lock in. Then we're probably going to beat the Bills and Ravens to go 9-8.
I think
be above 500.
I think like at worst we're looking at 7-10.
At worst, I believe that.
And at best 9-8.
So yeah, a loss to the Bills, a loss to the Ravens. So that would be 3 straight in the next 2 weeks. After losing to the Bears, a win versus the Dolphins, an absolute loss to the Lions, and then we win versus the Browns and win versus the Ravens.
Yeah.
So that's 9-8. I can absolutely see that playing out. I can.
I don't know, man. I'm not gonna.
Or maybe they go 6-11.
6-11. You're saying they don't win? They will win a single game for the rest of the way? That'd be an ultimate collapse.
That would be.
Well, it's already bad enough you allowed the Ravens to come back. You had a 3-game lead on the division. You allowed them to come back. They're tied, and they have the tiebreaker because they have the better division record. Give the Ravens the division. Where have I seen that one before? Just last year, whatever. And then ultimately miss the playoffs too. They don't deserve anything.
No.
And at that point, you gotta think to yourself. You lose out last year. You haven't won a playoff game in 9 years. Right? 9 years. 8 years. How long has it been?
2016. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24.
9 years.
It would be 9 years, yeah.
And then you lead the division 4-1 to the Ravens 1-5 at week 7. And then potentially not only give up the division away, not make the playoffs, maybe even have a losing season. Like what?
Yeah.
That's got to warrant change, right? That's got to warrant some sort of change, right? I don't understand that, man.
You figure it would? I mean, last year should have been the start. That should have been when change should have came about. But for some reason, they opted to just continue to go with Tomlin and his coaching staff. Just change a few players, change a few faces from a roster standpoint, and here we are again.
Right.
If we do have a full-blown collapse like it's looking like it is right now, and the Ravens make the ultimate comeback, that would be 2 straight years, bro. Like how? How could that not warrant change? How could that not warrant at least a discussion between Art Rooney himself and Mike Tomlin? One-on-one.
I don't think it will, though. I don't think it will.
I wouldn't be shocked.
And that's just us thinking down the line. You know, just guessing through the rest of the season. Game by game, week by week, as we got however many more games left. Stein the kid in the chest says we can only pray for a losing season. Remember, folks, nothing changes until the entire coaching staff does. No exceptions. You're absolutely correct.
Yes.
Nothing changes until the entire coaching staff goes. When Tomlin goes, everybody else falls out. And that's the way it needs to go. That's the way it needs to go. That's the way it should be. What's the update on the poll? 68% say no. 68% of people say no. The Steelers will not beat the Bills. What if we win out, says Zay Reacts? I doubt that. I don't think his team's capable of that, bro.
We go 12.
You're telling me we're going to beat the Lions?
12-5. In their dreams, man.
We're not beating the Lions, okay?
No.
So by that fact alone, we're not winning out. We're not beating the Ravens. We're not sweeping the Ravens. We might split with them based off of the rivalry aspect, but we're not sweeping them. So by that fact alone, we're not winning out. Donnie Alone with a 7. Given where this team is, I would not be shocked if we lose to Miami just because. I wouldn't be shocked either. Tomlin isn't... Bro, we haven't won a primetime game all year. When was the last primetime victory we had? I feel like every time we see Mike Tomlin in primetime, we're down by like 3 scores, and he's looking at the damn TV screen, looking up in the sky with his hands behind his back, thinking to himself, my job's secure. My job's fine. Everything will be all right.
I think the last time the Steelers won a primetime game,
Does anyone know in the chat?
I think it was the Giants Monday night.
When was that?
That was week 8 of last year.
What?
That was before the bye. That had to have been, right? Because we lost to the Browns that Thursday night.
Oh, that's when Russ came in. That was Russ's first game, wasn't it?
No, the first game was the Jets. It was Russ's second game.
Oh, yeah, okay, you're right. Yeah.
Because we lost to the Browns that Thursday night, that Snow Bowl to Jameis Winston. And then every other game, like, yeah, we just lost. Yeah, we haven't won a primetime game since the Giants Monday Night Football game, week 8 of last year, before the Steelers week 9 bye week.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
It's been a year, bro. It's been a year and some change.
My God.
Dry Hut in the chat says, if you could somehow convince Tomlin that we had 8 losses at the beginning of every year, we would never lose a regular season game again. Maybe that's what we should just tell him. We should just tell him over and over, listen, bro, we got 8 losses. One more, you have a losing record. And then he's going to be on his high horse. He's going to be on his A game 17 games out of the year. That's what we got to tell him. We just got to hang it. We got to hypnotize him, hanging over his head or something. Like, hey, motherfucker, we got 8 losses. It's week 1, but we got 8 losses. 1 loss, and you have a losing record. Then he'll finally, pull a rabbit out of his hat. Is that really what we're all trying to save, though? Is that really what we're all trying to accomplish? Just to save his, never had a losing season quote? Never had a losing season cliche? I mean, come on, bro. Is that what we're really trying to save right now? I think that's what they're trying to do.
That's their Super Bowl. That's their standard. It's nothing more than a participation trophy. I'm sorry.
Well, see, to me, that's the Steelers' mission. While the Bills this upcoming Sunday, they're actually trying to get into the playoffs.
Yes.
They're trying to make a run. They don't look like it. They don't. A lot of that team is not good. You can't take the Bills seriously. And listen, I'm not saying you can take us seriously. I'm not comparing the two right now. Like, they are very similar. The Bills and Steelers are very similar. But I'm talking as an NFL fan. I can't take the Bills seriously. They will never get it done with Sean McDermott. They will never get it done with that coaching staff.
If they couldn't with the prime days of Stephon Diggs and Micah Hyde and Jordan Poyer when they were younger on the defense, and a prime Tre'Davious White in his first in with the Bills, if they couldn't do it then,
They definitely can't do it now.
No, they're not that squad.
But even though I say that, and that's my honest opinion about the Bills as a complete football fan, coming into this game as a Steelers fan, none of that matters.
No.
Throw that out the door.
Well, dude, the Bills are now the 7th seed currently. They're going to want to try to keep a hold of that.
Yeah.
They're not going to try to give that up. I know that.
Well, they're definitely not catching up to the Patriots.
Oh, no, the Patriots number 1 seed. 10-2.
And who's the closest team to that? The Colts?
The Broncos.
The
Broncos are the number 2 seed. How? They've won 8 straight.
Because of the defense.
Yes. They have an incredible defense. Yes.
Defense wins championships. Wow.
Sure.
They're really carrying Bo Nix. I'm still not convinced in Bo Nix, by the way. I think he's incredibly inconsistent.
He did have a good game versus the Chiefs 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
That was a good game by Bo, but like one in what? How many games?
He's just very inconsistent.
Yeah.
He's just very inconsistent. Tim McDowell says no one wants Tomlin's coordinators. No, not a single one of his coordinators since Haley has gotten another job.
Run the ball!
Well,
not one, bro.
Look at Tomlin's coaching tree. It's the Charlie Brown Christmas tree. You ever saw that episode, Charlie Brown Christmas, with the dead tree? Well, not with the one bulb, with the limp branch and whatnot.
Yeah.
That's Tomlin's coaching tree. He doesn't have anybody.
I don't even think he has the little pebble.
The seed?
From that one SpongeBob episode.
The little
that
seed?
grew the pineapple. He don't even have the pebble.
Bro, our tears can't grow that pebble.
No. And they made my tear ducts water several times. Digital Dusted says we survive and win by forcing turnovers. That's the only way. That's the only way we win this football game. And considering the Bills have given the ball up 9 times the last 3 games, 3 turnovers last week, 8 sacks, you would think it's a perfect recipe for this defense to attack Josh Allen and create such turnovers, continue to force those mistakes that they are forcing upon themselves, that the Bills are doing. The Bills are creating a lot of self-inflicting wounds.
Run the ball.
We have the playmakers. We have the names on the defense to do just that, to get the turnovers, to get the sacks.
It's like you saw what the Texans did. Like, and that's a consistent freaking defense right there. Like the Broncos defense is up there, so are the Texans. Those are 2 consistent defenses. Like those are defenses that the Steelers defense should be. Consistent, dominant, prominent. I can get consistent pressure and sacks, get consistent takeaways and whatnot. That should be where the Steelers are at, but they're not. But after what the Texans did that Thursday night versus the Bills, they essentially gave the Steelers the answer sheet
Yes.
to take down the Bills to beat Josh Allen.
Yeah.
Will the Steelers look at it?
You blitz them heavy. You can win with 4. You can get to Josh Allen. You can force turnovers. The Bills are committing a lot of those mistakes. So I think the evidence is there for the Steelers to do just that. Will they? I'm not getting my hopes up. Same thing with the offense. That Bills defense is incredibly hurt. Their defensive line's very weak. They're missing a lot of starters. But that didn't matter last week versus the Bears, so why should I think that's going to make a lick of a difference this time around, even if A-Rod comes back, which he's expected to come back.
But do you expect A-Rod to sling it?
No.
He hasn't done it all year.
No, they're not going to target the middle of the field. They're not going to scheme these receivers to get open. They're not going to get DK involved enough. They're not going to get Darnell involved enough.
Dude.
They're not going to continue to run the football.
Look at the stat. This is a legit stat. Steelers did not complete a pass over 20 air yards in the month of November. 4 games, 0 for 11, 2 interceptions. Jameis Winston versus the Lions had 5 of those just yesterday. Jameis Winston.
Why you got to read that? Why'd you got to bring that to my attention?
Bro, the further you dive into the statistics, the further you dive into the malpractice of the Steelers, the more depressing it really gets.
Yeah.
I just had to throw it out there, and that's from Ben Fennel on Twitter, so shout out to him for that.
Wow.
I just find it to be a very comical stat there. I don't know, man. I don't know.
You also add in the fact the Bills have given up 85 points the last 3 games.
Like, come on.
The Bills are beatable, dude. The Bills are very beatable. But I just feel like when it comes to these type of games and these kind of situations, the Steelers might be the only team in the entire league that doesn't mean anything to. Like, the Steelers look at all that. They watch the film. They read the stats. They look at everything. I think they do their homework. I don't know. Maybe they half-ass it. Maybe they get the cheat sheets or whatever. Whatever. They look at all that. They should be looking at that and getting excited. I think the Steelers are the only team in the league that doesn't mean a damn thing to. Frankly, I just don't think that they're going to look at that and adjust, fix up the game plan, go about it a different way. At the end of the day, both of these teams aren't looking good. Both these teams are on pretty bad collapses after really good starts. The Steelers 4-1, now 6-5. The Bills 4-0, now 7-4. Both these teams going down similar trajectories, similar paths, with so many similar issues from a player aspect, from a coaching aspect, from a schematic standpoint. But at the end of the day, the Bills, they're on a mini bye. They got 10 days of rest. And they're probably going to be coming in pissed off, knowing they need a victory. And the Steelers should be coming in pissed off too. They're going into their own house. They're facing a rough Bills team. They should be going in pissed off as well. They really should. But I don't get a sense that this team wants to try to better themselves and wants to try to bounce back. They can say all they want. We got to do better. We got to do better. We got schematic issues. We've heard this time and time and time again, and there's been no improvement.
No, none.
So,
They-
Steelers Nation, how do we truly feel about this Bills game?
I'm not confident, man. I know that this team is just going to go out there with their same old usual philosophy and mindset and scheme and just hope to get a win because they don't care by the fashion of how they win as long as they get a win. But like I said in our video last night, it's all about perspective.
Yep.
It's about perspective of how you win the football game. And the way that you win football games, you're not going to do that consistently or you're not going to do it in great fashion. And when you go up against a team, a mega juggernaut team like the Bills, you're going to get destroyed. You're going to get exposed. And it's happened in previous years.
But the Bills aren't a juggernaut.
They could look like it because of how the Steelers are.
But they're not. They're not a juggernaut.
Only the Steelers can make you look like a juggernaut.
Mystic Gaming with a 499. I'm just now seeing it, man. Thank you. He says, been a disappointing weekend. Georgia Tech blows the A-double-C title at home. The Steelers lose, so yay me. You're having an awesome week, aren't you?
Oh, man.
You're having a great lead up to your Thanksgiving holiday, my man. That sucks. That sucks, bro.
I feel for you, bro.
Listen, I hear you. You know, I feel the same way, bro. Steelers lost, and I haven't won a slip in like 3 weeks. I'm done. And my fantasy matchups, I quit. It's just not my year.
Nope.
It's just not my year. I'm so ready for 2026
Better luck next year.
to run the same thing. What's the plan at quarterback next year if the Steelers miss the playoffs? I don't think Rodgers even considers coming back unless he makes the playoffs, says Dry Huh. I get the same sentiment. I think this is Rodgers' last year if we don't make the playoffs because at that point, what is there to come back for?
Exactly.
Like, if they make the playoffs, maybe for some reason in his mind, he thinks, okay, well, we got that close. Maybe we can make a legitimate push next time around, which they won't. But at least if they make the playoffs, maybe in his old mind, he can think to himself, you know what, maybe it's worth coming back one more time. Otherwise, if we miss the playoffs, dude, I don't know what the plan is. Even if they draft a quarterback, bro, I'm afraid that guy's going to be so limited. And frankly, most of the quarterbacks coming in this year are probably going to either transfer, they're going to go to the transfer portal, or they're going to return to their schools. They're not going to declare at least until 2027. So, yeah, what is our plan?
Do they have a plan? They have all these picks. It's in Pittsburgh. The draft is. You have all these picks. Do you have a plan?
Donnie Lone with a 7 says, forgive me if I keep coming in the super chat. The fact that the Patriots might get a 7th ring doesn't sit that well with me. No, it doesn't either.
Yeah. Yeah. And they went through some down years, too.
Mm-hmm.
They went through some down years, a bit of a rebuild phase, a coaching experiment, to now getting their guy in Vrabel and Drake May at quarterback.
Lack says something I actually agree with. Need to trade Watt for whatever picks you can accumulate for the future. That's what I wanted to do before we extended him. Because Watt wasn't going to win anything here. And he's still not. So grab as much as we can for him. Get rid of Tomlin and restart everything.
Brother. Nope.
At least give TJ a chance to win a playoff game and maybe go to a team that actually he can, close his career out properly. Almost like DeMarcus Ware. DeMarcus Ware was never going to win a championship with the Cowboys. He left, went to Denver, historic defense, won a championship.
Exactly.
That sucks, man. It really does.
Yeah, man. Watt's done all this. He's got this great resume as a Steeler. He's got nothing to show for it.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing. He'll be in a gold jacket.
CBS had the stat Steelers haven't scored 2 touchdowns in the first quarter in 60 games. Yeah. They are still going on the longest active streak in the NFL right now where they haven't scored 7 or more points in the first quarter. That stat is going as far back as when it was first brought to us versus the Bengals on that Thursday night game.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's been the same thing every game since. So yeah, that streak continues. We've scored 7 or less points in 60 games in the first quarter. Like what? You also notice how many times do we come out of halftime with the football, with the lead, and we don't increase the score? What was it? 3 of our last 5 losses, we led the ball at halftime, and they came out to open the second half, and it's been nothing but punts.
Yep. Yep. It's frustrating, bro. I don't get it.
Quite honestly, I'm speechless. How do y'all feel about going after Brandon Ayuk again? Hard pass. No. If he's going to give up on the team that waited out for him to sign the contract, no, thank you.
Well,
Hold on. What's the point? You think
DK's not doing jack.
What's the point? We limited Pickens, and my boy has 1,000 yards. What's the point?
So looking back at all that craziness with the Ayuk situation, Steelers dodged a bullet.
What is the point?
Steelers dodged a
Run
bullet
the ball.
with the trade capital that they were looking to give up and the money that they were going to give them, the big money contract. They dodged a bullet.
Do you guys feel helpless, knowing nothing will ever get better as long as Tomlin is our coach? I've been forcing myself to be interested in this team all year. Yes, I feel very hopeless because I literally think that no matter what they do or who they add or what they trade for or anything they do in regards to adding to the roster, it doesn't mean anything. I feel like it's all just wasted. Like, it's been, let me put it into perspective for you. Ever since after 2020, my expectation for every single year after that has been just essentially nothing. I haven't expected anything. I've expected the bare minimum, as a matter of fact, which is just a winning record. Barely. Ever since 2020, I've expected the same season ever since. And it's been the case. Because after 2020 and that 11-0 collapse, I thought to myself, bro, we've already seen this how many times? And that was just 3-4 years into the run that is now going on for 8. From 2017 to 2020, it was all the same. And I thought to myself, I've seen this the last 3-4 years now. So at the end of 2020, I thought to myself, I'm not going to get my hopes up no more. I'm just going to expect the same shit.
Yep.
And it's been the same shit.
Despite the new faces and the roster additions and the trades that Omar Khan has done. And there's moments where we get shocked and hyped and whatnot, like when DK was traded.
Or
to the
like when we
Steelers.
drafted Broderick Jones or we got Zach Frazier or even Peyton Wilson, because the potential is there. And then you see how these players are schemed and utilized. And then it's absolute eye-opener of how the coaching staff minimizes and misuses everything. It's a complete revolution of how awful the coaching staff is, how everything is so mismanaged.
Yes. Like there are worse teams out there with worse records, but even they know how to utilize their talents to the best of their ability. The Steelers are they are the team in the NFL that can take some of the best talent in the world and limit them so much. It's a shame.
Django Unchained says, Dan and Rob, just become Warriors fans. Curry is daddy. No, I'm not gonna be a Warriors fan. I'm not gonna be a Warriors fan.
No, I mean, like,
I got respect for the Warriors, but I just can't see myself as a Golden State fan.
I just can't see myself passionately watching basketball. I just don't have time for it.
Yeah, 60 games is 3.5 seasons straight. Yeah, bro.
Yes.
They've scored 7 or less points in the first quarter for 3.5 straight seasons. What? How do you expect to win in that way?
I don't know.
Donnie Lone with a 7. Unfortunately, I have to log off because I work tomorrow morning. Good night, guys. Donnie, thank you.
Donnie, appreciate it, man. Appreciate your support.
Donnie, we appreciate you for always sticking in, as long as all you guys as well. Donnie, man, you have a great night. Enjoy your day at work as best as you can tomorrow. Have a strong week and a happy Thanksgiving, my guy. Thank you.
Just remember, man, this week is a run out the clock situation. We're almost there.
Run out the clock.
Yes. Or a quarterback kneel, whatever phrase you want to use.
I'm gonna get a new poll in the chat because not again it's just a resounding 70% people don't think we're gonna beat the Bills.
No.
So I'm gonna get a new poll in the chat here. I'm gonna say, okay, how about this? How many check downs are the Steelers going to run? I'll put, God, I don't know, 10, 15,
Run the ball.
all of them.
All right. Well, new poll in the chat, guys.
Tony Daniel 2 says, we don't need a wide receiver 2, clown Steelers media. We do need a wide receiver 2. So I was really going nuts over the fact that they didn't trade for wide receiver 2, or in this case, why they traded away Pickens. But the ultimate, sad reality is even if they got a wide receiver 2, where that's keeping Pickens or traded for somebody, he wasn't going to do anything. They don't utilize it. They don't utilize him. They can't even get Roman involved.
No.
They can't get Calvin involved. So even if they traded for somebody or they kept Pickens, they're not doing anything. They're just out there for cardio purposes. They're out there for a heavily paid workout, essentially.
It's look at Mute, bro. All that man does is cardio.
Yeah, my man's getting paid $12 million a year just to do cardio.
He's just out there running. Night Rider, I'm going to be honest. When Ben retired, a piece of my fandom kind of left. He was our only hope. Now I feel like there's no chances. Or no chance. Losses don't even hurt. Wins don't feel that good.
No, yeah. I'm not going to lie to you. When Ben left, it was a little bit of a relief for me because I'm thinking we finally cut the cord. It was too long, and I feel like we missed on opportunities to get the next guy. But looking back at it, I think there's a newfound appreciation for Ben because with him and seeing how everything with Tomlin has kind of unfolded ever since Ben's gone, yeah, Ben was really like the cornerstone, wasn't he? He was literally the head chef for us, right?
Captain of the ship.
Yeah, literally. You guys see George Pickens alone had more yards this season than all the Steelers receivers combined. Embarrassing.
Of
Yes.
course. Of
Yes.
course.
Yes.
Can't say I'm
That
surprised.
is god awful.
It's awful, but I can't say I'm surprised.
That is god awful. Again, bro, it is absolutely an eye opener just how bad the scheme is. Of how bad the coaching is. And I remember saying this for so long. The biggest issue between the Steelers and other teams is the coaching. I've been saying that for years because when the Steelers would either miss out on the playoffs or they would go to the playoffs and then get blown out by the Browns or the Chiefs or the Bills or whoever, and then I would watch the rest of the playoffs and I'd see how those offenses would perform. I'm watching that, okay? I'm watching the Steelers get blown out. And then the next day, I'm watching these crazy offenses and them putting up points and these great games going on. And I'm thinking to myself, we can't do that. That's the problem.
Mm-hmm. Coaching matters, dude.
And every year it's been proven true. Every single year. The biggest issue between us and every other team is the coaching. And it's not going to change. I've been calling out coaching for too long now. How many wins do you think it matters? One? Frankly, I don't know if any extra win changes anything for us this year. It just
sweeps everything under the rug.
Which, I mean, that's kind of depressing to think about is that, hey, we got to win, but does it really matter? Like, that's kind of where we're at. That's kind of depressing, isn't it? Because as a fan, I want us to win. That's the mission. You don't go in every Sunday to lose.
It's like Night Rider said, wins don't feel that good. It's because I know what the end result's going to be. I unfortunately expect it.
Yeah.
And my expectation turns into a reality. And I don't want it to, but it does.
Pickens would still be in hell if we kept him. Yes, he would. Yes, he would. He wouldn't be having the season that he's having now if he was still here.
The Gatorade jug would get more air yardage than the Steelers throw the football.
Yet Pickens would have an absolute crash out among crash out if he was still here.
Yes.
You know, man, good for George Pickens. He knew the scheme sucked. He told you last year, are you optimistic about this scheme and its future? Nah. He said nah.
And he's right. He was right. And it's like the Steelers saw that. Like, oh, you don't like that? Well, we don't want you here.
Well, look at all those crash out, quote unquote, crash out moments he had on the sideline or on the field where he would express low body language or low effort. And a lot of the times we're thinking, bro, what's wrong with you? Now we understand. Now we understand, bro. Like, the coaching failed him.
Dude, look at this route sheet. This was the route sheet versus the Packers in 2023. Look at that. It's all sideline.
Can you send that to me?
Yeah, I can do that. Yeah, that's sideline, bro.
I'm gonna pop that up here on the computer.
That is all sideline.
Checkdowns are only available if the defense is respecting the deep ball. Our deep ball? They don't respect it because we don't do it. They don't respect anything.
No, they don't.
What deep ball is there to respect? We don't throw it down the field. Tony Daniel with a 2 says, just like we don't need a cornerback too. Well, we need that too. Oh, God, we definitely need a cornerback too. I like JPJ, but yeah, we definitely need a cornerback too as well.
Mm-hmm.
DJ Dimmy with a 10. I watched the Juju podcast, and he said the Chiefs camp is really hard. Their offense runs nonstop and throws 60 times a game. Our practice feels too relaxed, and Tomlin's scheme is always to run the ball. Yes. Of course, the Chiefs' offense is just it's no huddle. It's back to the line. It's using your future Hall of Fame quarterback. Like it's to test and condition these players for big games and big moments. That's how teams win. That's how teams like the Chiefs are always on top. And although they're 6-5, one, you already know the league's not going to allow them out the playoffs. That's just not going to happen. And two, that's why the Chiefs have been successful for so many years.
I just sent it to you.
Thank you. I'm going to get that on the computer here.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can find it. You sent that to X?
Yes.
God. Yeah, that's got to be the filthiest fucking thing I have ever seen.
Yep. Like, I remember there's one about the Patriots game and one about the Giants game, but dude, that one. Dude. Keep in mind, that was the year he had 1,000 yards with the Steelers.
Correct.
Keep in mind. Dude, it was just so bad.
All right, I'm going to get this up here. Give me a minute, folks. Give me 1 minute, folks. I got you. Because I want to show y'all this. I'm sure you guys have already seen it, but if you haven't, this was George Pickens. That's what they had George Pickens do. That's what they had George Pickens do. What?
Yep.
Nothing's changed either, bro. Nothing's changed either.
No.
That's pathetic, fam. That's pathetic. I don't know how you guys feel about that, but that's just that's incredibly eye-opening. I think Mason said what? What, that the scheme doesn't change? Didn't he say that after he stepped in for Ben when he got covered versus the Lions?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, he did say that. That was when we started Canada.
Mm-hmm.
When your team needs a cornerback 1 and wide receiver 1 means trouble. This team's got a lot of issues, bro. A lot of issues. Let's be honest. What expectations could anyone actually hold after 2017 or 2018? Nothing. Nothing. There was only one time I got my hopes up after that, which was 2020 because Ben was healthy. He just had Tommy John surgery. His arm was good. That was Ben's last good year. And then we choked it. And like I said, after that, I just stopped getting my hopes up. I stopped. I tried to see what they could do with Kenny, seeing that Tomlin finally got his quarterback, and Kenny was one of the worst quarterbacks I've ever witnessed. An awful selection and an awful mix for the scheme. When the scheme is to check it down and you got a quarterback that's afraid to throw the ball and can't throw the ball or can't see receivers or can't read a defense or panics in the pocket, oh, God, that's 2023 was rough. 2023 was rough, bro. Let me tell you. I know a lot of you guys in the chat were here for it. But nobody's afraid of the Rams. I can promise you, nobody wants Mahomes in the playoffs. I'd be afraid of the Rams.
Dude, the Rams, they're not playing
Matthew
around.
Stafford is going to be MVP.
They're not messing around, dude.
Matthew Stafford's probably front runner for MVP, bro. 30 touchdowns?
Devontae Adams is a happy guy, right? He finally got a quarterback again.
Sean McVay's always been a great coach.
Mm-hmm.
As long as he's there, bro, the Rams are going to stay in some serious contention. Stafford at his age should not be putting up the numbers he's putting up, bro. That's just insane.
No, but he is. He's still slinging it.
Pickens is elite in producing at all in this system. Now he's showing how elite he really is in Dallas. He is elite. He's arguably their wide receiver one. When CD went down, bro, Pickens put up some numbers. Should have drafted Sanders in the 3rd and 4th, 5th. Shaking my head. No, we shouldn't. I don't think we should have.
No.
I still think at best Sanders is going to be like a better Geno Smith. That's his ceiling to me. Sorry.
And Shador is the first Browns rookie to win his first career start since the Browns were reestablished back in 1999. He's the first one to get the win.
And congratulations to Shador. He looked good.
He got it.
He looked good. I'll give it to him. Let's be honest. This past draft class for quarterbacks wasn't good. It was not good. It was like 2022 all over again, just with a little bit more potential from Ward or Dart and some other guys for day 2, but they're going to need some serious coaching.
Mm-hmm. Like Tyler Shook with the Saints with Kellen Moore.
Or Milrow or Sanders. Because a lot of Sanders' issues is just holding on the ball too long, decision-making, evading pressure. He's not the most athletic in the pocket. So I think that's where, his ceiling's limited. I think Shador will be, if anything, a average to good quarterback. But I don't think he's going to advance a team any further unless he has some serious weapons or some serious coaching or a serious scheme around him. And the Browns don't have that. And he's with the Browns for 4 years. Where's Asante Samuel? You know what? He's on the practice squad, and I totally forgot we had him. Can we bring his ass up? I forgot we even had Asante Samuel. I would gladly bring him up to the practice squad. Why not? Slay sucks. Pierce had a good year, but frankly, I'd like to see Asante Samuel Jr. and Joey Porter Jr. I think that'd be a cool little look. It can't hurt. He's got to be in football shape at some point soon, right? Is it true that we took Broderick over Christian Gonzalez? Well, obviously.
Yes.
Tomlin didn't like the interview that Christian Gonzalez had. They had a pre-draft visit with Christian Gonzalez, and apparently Tomlin didn't like it. He didn't like how Gonzalez handled himself or something along those lines. So he took Broderick. And Gonzalez, his issue is he can't stay healthy. But he's such a lockdown guy.
He is already a Pro Bowler, I believe.
Deontay Johnson sucks as a wide receiver, but he's called out the coaching staff for being ass. Yeah. The more players that call them out, the better. Because We need it, man. We need to expose what is wrong with this team. We need to expose that nothing's going to change until these guys get called out and these guys get thrown out and pushed out and kicked to the curb, given their pink slips anytime. We need an O-line coach. Agreed. An olive pit. I agree. Yeah. Coach Meyer sucks. He's terrible.
He should not be retained. He's got to go.
He should have been gone.
Should have been.
Like, if there was one position coach to change, bro, it was him.
No, they kept him.
Now, I'll give it to Frazier and McCormick and Fatanu and Broderick. They're all having good years. Fatanu especially. Frazier especially. McCormick's having a good year. Broderick, he's still a little bit up and down, but he's definitely doing better than he did last year.
That's for damn sure.
But I still think we need someone else at the O-line position because Myers is still not cutting it. Like, these guys are still young and rookie contracts. You get somebody in there that's going to teach them better technique and better stances at the line, and especially for a guy like Broderick, where he can not open his chest too much and actually use his hands properly. That's going to allow him to be a legitimate, shut down tackle.
Yeah.
2K is easy with 499. A winning season at this point would be impressive. Bills, Lions, Ravens twice, etc. etc. Left my ass off. I just don't think it. I don't see that.
No.
I'm sorry, I don't. We have Howard. We just have to see what he does. Do the Steelers even give him a shot? Do the Steelers even give him a shot? I don't know. They might just view him as another Mason. Even if Tomlin has a losing season, they will just say, oh my God, only one losing season. Agreed, Knight Rider. Absolutely agree.
Most likely. Oh, it took you this long
Oh,
to get...
one losing season in 18, 19 years isn't so bad.
Oh, it took this long.
I feel like I've been saying that since 2019 when we got blown out by the Patriots in week 1. Because I think that's going to be the case. We get a losing season. No change is going to happen because Art Rooney and his stupid end of season speech is going to be like, well, it didn't go the way we wanted to. His first losing season, but it's his first, and he got hired in 2006 or 2007. Really, bro?
No, because in the Steelers' mind, because Tomlin has a losing record and they make change, in their mind, it's like a knee-jerk reaction or an overreaction. It's like, oh, the first losing season in Tomlin's career, and we're gonna make stuff happen. We're gonna make changes happen.
Yep.
In their mind, it's an overreaction. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah. To them, they think it's an overreaction, but I don't think he watches the games. I never see him anywhere in the skybox. High Desert Biker says, I'm a Steelers fan and we suck. That's all you need to say. That's all you need. Comment of the night. That's all you need to say. Dry House says, stupid question, but would y'all want our next franchise quarterback to be fun and have some swagger / aura, or do you guys want a no-nonsense quarterback? I feel like we need a quarterback that talks back to Tomlin and Arthur. So kind of like a Baker.
A quarterback that's confident.
A quarterback that carries himself.
A quarterback that believes himself. A quarterback that can be a leader. A confident, capable, composed, leading type of quarterback. That's what I want.
You see, back then, guys like Breeze or Manning or Roethlisberger or Brady or God, who else?
Philip Rivers.
Now, Philip Rivers talked shit.
Well, I know he did.
He talked mad shit.
I know
For
he did.
someone that never did anything in his career, he talked mad shit. I'm just being honest, bro.
I'm not disagreeing.
Did he even make the AFC Championship game? At least Ben and Manning have 2 rings each. What does Rivers have? And he's talking all this shit with his 17 kids. But you look at the guys I mentioned. They were obviously leaders, but probably not guys that, were like of the quarterbacks we see nowadays, like a Baker or like a I don't know, like a Jackson Dart in a way where he carries himself with some serious, confidence. Even Mahomes. to a small degree. Either way, I just want a quarterback that's going to take us to the level we need to and carry himself. I want him to take no bullshit from nobody. Terry was that way. Ben was that way.
Terry still talks about that.
Bro, Ben would get into brawls with so many people. It was funny. Like, it wasn't like Joey Porter level pregame versus the Browns type stuff. But he would literally, like, wrestle with Browns defenders or Suggs or Nada, where he wouldn't be pushed around. He's not going to let these guys push him around. It's ASU North football. You can't be taken lightly. You can't be a pushover.
Nope.
It's ASU North football at the end of the day. Do you guys remember when Haloti Nada brought his kids on stage for the draft in 2024 and all of them chanted Steelers suck announcing the pick? Yes, I remember that.
I remember that.
I remember that, yes. I'm hoping they're probably going to do the same thing in Pittsburgh. You know, day 2 they always have players come out and they announce the picks. I guarantee you.
Oh, you already know. You already know Baltimore's cooking something up with that.
They're probably going to have Nada come out or Suggs or Torrey Smith or something.
They're going to do it night 1 too.
And I'll tell you, I'll be there. We'll be live there. And I am going to boo the ever-living hell out of all the rivals.
You're going to boo them kids.
Yeah, dude. Make fun of my team in their own city. Listen.
Now, Pittsburgh ain't going to take that lightly. They'll have Ray Lewis announce the pick, mark my words.
Yeah, Bo. Yeah, I'll give it to Bo Nix. Yeah, he's got some swagger to him. I'll give it to him. But, I mean, if you're talking, like, most swagger or aura or whatever, it's probably Baker out of everyone else in the entire league. Like, the way, like, he just... He's still got that college mindset, right? Like, these players are going to hit him. These defenders are going to try to get in his head, and Baker's going to get right back in their face. That's how Baker's always carried himself, all the way going back to his Oklahoma days. That's just the guy he is, and I respect him a lot for it. What game was it earlier in the season? He hurt himself and got right back up and started talking shit to the defender because he hit him? What game was that? Looked like he hurt his leg, and then the second he heard the defender talking shit, he's like, fuck the leg injury.
Oh,
injury?
Wasn't that a Monday night game?
I think it was. What game was that?
That was when they were, what, 5? What was their record?
How about Josh Allen for 3 first-round picks? Not if Tomlin's here. Baker's played better with the Bucs than his time with the Browns. I don't know what you're talking about. No, Baker, yeah, Baker's great. I would take Baker as my quarterback. I would gladly take Baker as my quarterback, bro.
Unfortunately, Baker's hurt now, though.
I know. The Bucs, man, the Bucs were looking good this year.
No, they were 5-1, and now they're 6-5.
Well, all the injuries caught up to them. Evans is out. They just got Godwin back, but they're still suffering so many injuries. It sucks, man. Injuries really, really hurt. Some teams, it's an absolute killer. And to the Bucs, they had a good start. Baker was looking like the front runner for MVP to start the year. He's not going to win it, but still, man. Was that the Houston game? Was that the game? I think you're right. I think it was that Houston game.
Yeah. Now that you mention it, yeah.
Ben is the 5th most set quarterback of all time. That's one tough son of a bitch. Yes. We had no line up until 2014 for him.
The Goon Squad. The almighty Goon Squad.
That's when we got Mike Munchak. I miss Mike Munchak.
We all do, man.
My man built up undrafted free agents into Pro Bowl tackles. Villanueva, especially.
Chuba Hubbard, what's his name? Chris Hubbard.
Chris Hubbard. He got a big money contract from the Browns. Matt Fuller was a undrafted guard tackle.
Got a big money contract with the Chargers.
It was all Munchak, bro.
Yeah.
It's all Munchak. I miss Munchak. What's he doing nowadays, man?
Isn't he with the Rams? No, he was. He was an offensive consultant in 2023 and 2024.
If you could add any one player to the Steelers, non-quarterback, who would it be, and would that addition even give you hope for a Super Bowl? You said player, not coach. Can I swap? Yeah, BJ Finney's another one. Wow, that's a hell of a poll.
Yeah.
Shout out to BJ Finney. One player, non-quarterback. That's not fair. Well, frankly, no, it wouldn't give me hope for a Super Bowl because we've had TJ Watt for so many years, and we haven't even won a playoff game for him.
No.
So, and TJ Watt for a while was the best player in the league, in my opinion. Not anymore, but for a little bit he was. But if I had to add somebody,
who's that one player that could just defy all the odds? Who the hell is out there that could do it?
Jefferson,
I thought of him.
Jettas. Probably Jettas. Jettas. I was going to say Chase, but I lost respect for him. So, fuck Chase.
Mm-hmm.
Puka.
Smith and Jibba.
Smith and Jimbo. Yeah, I probably.
Funny enough,
we're going wide receivers. Yeah, we're going with the wide receiver
Funny
position.
enough, right? Oh, jeez. It's
Um,
all wide receivers.
I'll go another one. A healthy Fred Warner and get rid of Queen. Fred Warner, like that leader and that enforcer in the middle, dude. Like that's such an underrated aspect of that position is that enforcer.
Yep.
Of what Fred Warner brought, or Patrick Willis or Luke Kuechly back in the 2010s, right? Brian Urlacher, Ray Lewis, James Ferrier. List goes on and on and on and on, man. So yeah, probably Fred Warner. If I'm gonna be real with you, if I had to go corner, Pat Surtain. Golf or baseball? Baseball. The only golf I watch is Happy Gilmore. It's the only golf I watch.
I think to watch baseball, but to play, probably golf.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. I mean, I just find that as like maybe a relaxing hobby. I know I sound like an old man kind of saying that right now, but
Quinion Mitchell. Tony Neal says Quinion Mitchell. He's another great one. Another guy we passed on. We got Fatanu, and Fatanu was having a great year, so no issue for me there. But yeah. I it would have been nice to grab one of those corners though instead of signing Slay and relying on old vets again. But here we are. Here we go. We're gonna do the same thing next year. We're gonna go sign Tre'Davious White. We're gonna sign who's another old corner around the league who's still playing for some reason. Trying to think.
Yeah, I mean, who? I don't know who.
We're gonna bring Ronald Darby out of retirement.
No,
I don't know why. I don't know why I thought of that name. It's just someone I popped out of. Cooper DeJean. Yeah, Cooper DeJean's a dog. Cooper DeJean is an absolute stud. Y'all had a chance to get Lamar Jackson. Yeah, we did. But guess what? Lamar's now winning MVPs with the Steelers scheme. So, although, yeah, we could have had Lamar, he's not having the same success. And neither is Jalen Hurts. People say we should have took Hurts over Claypool. Theoretically, you're correct. But scheme-wise, you're putting Jalen Hurts with Matt Canada. Jalen Hurts is not a Super Bowl champion if he's with Matt Canada. And the same people that said we should have got Lamar or we should have got Jalen Hurts based off of what we come to expect if those became reality and them being paired with the scheme, those same people saying that we should have grabbed those guys will label them as busts because they didn't pan out properly. But it wasn't their fault. It wouldn't have been their fault. It's the scheme.
Imagine them with Matt Canada.
I don't want to.
Bro, Matt Canada wouldn't even get half of what they're doing.
Give me a team of 22 Chris Boswells. I don't think we need that many Chris Boswells. Sometimes one Chris Boswell is enough because we see too much of them at times.
Well, apparently not to the Steelers.
By the way,
for him to kick a 64-yard field goal.
With
time winding down.
I'm still very pissed off that Tomlin didn't kick that field goal, dude. Like, what was the plan there? What was the plan? 3rd and 8, you go short, you don't make it. What's the plan? Did they have a plan?
Nope, obviously not. They weren't prepared. They weren't organized.
I don't care what Tomlin says tomorrow and his Tomlin Tuesday. I am in the firm belief that they had no plan, that they panicked. And then we got on our Instagram, we got Bears fans saying, you're really going to want to kick a 64-yarder in Soldier Field with that win? Yes. It's Chris fucking Boswell. Yes. Acting like he don't kick field goals in Heinz Field, which is right next to the Allegheny River. Oh, but it's the Windy City. I don't fucking care. I trust Boswell. He's the best kicker in the league.
He is.
I'm taking that chance all the time. All the time. What's the longest field goal in Soldier Field?
Good question. Longest field goal in Soldier.
59 yards.
Oh, Boswell would have owned that.
Kicked by both Matt Prater in 2016 and Will Richard in 2025.
Dude, I have no doubt in my mind Boswell would have gotten it.
Yeah. Even if he doesn't make it, I agree with going for the field goal. You know?
Just attempt it, man. How are you gonna call your kicker a serial killer, but don't throw him out there?
Wait, what? Justin Tucker's working out with the Saints? What?
Yes. The Saints brought him in for a workout.
I thought he was done.
I mean, his suspension's lifted.
Are there certain things that we just can't, like...
Why the Saints are looking at him, I don't know.
Are there certain things that we just avoid or not regarding players and stuff? Like, really? Really? I thought Tucker was done. Like, I thought his career was over. At this point, we could have Mahomes in this scheme, and I still wouldn't be so sure we could win a playoff game. I agree. Because the scheme and the game plan would have remained, despite Mahomes being an absolute gunslinger. You know, just theoretically, I want that to happen one day just to see if that becomes true. It's never going to happen, but I can absolutely imagine that. Yeah, that'll probably be the case. At this point, I'll take the guy who paints his nails at quarterback.
We just lost to that guy.
Caleb had a good game yesterday. He did. Granted, he didn't do anything crazy. He didn't have to because the defense gave him everything open underneath. But at least, bro, did you guys see Caleb Williams? I gotta get this up.
Now you gotta get it up because
did you guys see?
I sent it to Dan this afternoon,
bro.
Yeah,
dude, this passing chart by Caleb Williams, I was mind blown. Not surprised, but mind blown by the passing sheet. Where's it at? This one?
the one with the multiple middle of the field.
This one, right?
Yes, that's it.
Oh my God.
Yes, that's it.
Chat, I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna get this up for you.
That's it.
Bro, this is like, what? God, the drastic difference. The absolute drastic drizzling difference.
Bro. That's what Ben Johnson did.
Everything is in the middle. Everything is near the hash marks.
There is nothing on the left sideline. There is nothing.
Nothing. While you got over here, everything is everywhere, but not where Caleb was throwing.
Good God.
Okay, look at that very closely.
Just look at the Mason one.
And then look at Caleb. Like, what? I quit, dude.
Yeah, like what?
I fucking quit.
As a functioning football team, what are we doing?
I quit, dude. I quit.
You don't know. The team's not even functioning.
I don't understand it, folks.
It's only going to get worse. It's only going to continue to get more exposed.
All right, I'm going to end this poll, which the majority said they're going to
60% said all of them.
I'm going to get one more poll in the chat because it's after midnight. It is
12:16 right now.
It is. It is Tuesday, actually.
Night Rider says, say what you want about Minka, but teams weren't testing us that much over the middle of the field when he was here.
Absolutely. But they also weren't testing us deep down there because of Minka's impact down there, too. That's what people don't want to understand is, where's Minka? Where's the Minka splash plays? I don't know. Maybe they're not throwing his way. They're kind of avoiding what he's capable of.
Matter of fact, how's Minka done for the Dolphins? Is he doing better? Because I wouldn't be surprised.
You know, I like to see Rodgers snap the fuck out and take over the offense. Yeah, just do what Ben used to do. Just take over the offense. All right, there's a new poll in the chat. How many touchdowns did the Steelers offense score? 0, 1, 2, or 3? You can say 0 if you honestly feel that way. Feel free. While you guys put that in, huge shout out to the sponsor of today's live stream. I was going to say video. This is actually a live stream. This is a live stream. Huge shout out to today's sponsor for the live stream. Shout out to Underdog, man. Underdog just dropped prediction markets, spread totals, and team outcomes. And the best part, you can combine them with player picks for bigger multipliers. Sign up today at Underdog with code SteelTwins and make a $5 fantasy entry and get $100 in fantasy bonus entries. Prediction markets are live now in 25 states, including Texas, California, and Florida. And Underdog is available in over 40 states with player picks and draft games. Prediction markets, player picks, all on Underdog. Again, huge shout out to Underdog for sponsoring with us on this live stream. Go to Underdog, download the app, use the code SteelTwins when signing up, and definitely check out Underdog, man. Two? Really? You guys are saying two?
Two?
No, unfortunately, it's not available in PA, and I live in PA, so.
As do I.
Really? I
Wait.
thought you came out of state.
Dog, I'm sitting right next to you.
I was gonna say you live in PA. I thought you came out of state.
Bro, I had to say it. Just, for clarity.
1 touchdown in garbage time. Oh, God. No, Minka didn't want to go. He loved it here. And his talents are being wasted in Miami.
Matter of fact,
Well, his talents are being wasted everywhere, but.
PFF has him as an overall grade of 73.5.
Well. 2016 Warriors best team in the history of basketball. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I get they obviously that was a dynasty at that point, but I don't know about that. I'm from the Bay Area as a Steelers fan. Kind of funny to me. Well, there you go. Well, see, that makes sense why you're a Warriors fan. How tall are you guys? 5'10".
5'10".
I don't care. Y'all can say whatever, but Steelers football, I'm done until. God. Yo, I'm going to read this. I don't care. Y'all can say whatever, but Steelers football, I'm done until Art Rooney II dies and Tomlin and his stooges bounce. I'm out. So, Steelers, thanks for the cheese, Twins. I'll always tune into the previews and pregame, says Diggs412. Let me know how you're really feeling, man.
Yeah.
Love the unfilteredness.
I hear you, Diggs.
That's what this place is for. Be as unfiltered as you want. We welcome it. Obviously, don't get too outrageous and too unprofessional. But I get it. I get it. You know, man, I was looking at the Steelers staff, not the coaching staff. I was looking at like their front office staff, right? And I'm thinking to myself, if there was ever somebody for Art Rooney II to drop the team down to, I'm trying to figure out who could he drop it down to. And frankly, I would like it to be. I think it's his. I don't know what relation it is. Hold on. Now I got to find a relation. Let me see if I can find a relation. Essentially, his name is Dan Rooney Jr.
Yeah, Dan Rooney Jr. is currently the vice president of player personnel.
Yes.
Would he?
Is he going to find a photo of him? That's not the guy I'm looking at. That's not the guy I'm looking for.
No.
No. I forget his. I'm going to have to search. But I forget the name. But I remember when they first announced the game in Ireland, there was this one guy, part of the Rooney family, and he couldn't be any more excited for it. Like, he put in a lot more passion than Art Rooney II did. Art Rooney was sitting in his chair like this, and with that soft Simba voice, you know, the way he talks. But the other guy was all about it. It was all, I'm thinking, bro, can you be the owner? Like, you got some enthusiasm that this team needs, man. Like, you got some care in your voice. Art Rooney is just there holding his hands down there like, yeah, this is a great opportunity. Family heritage. And I'm very, very happy we can make this happen. Like, shut up. Shut up, dude. You suck. How much do these minority owners hold? I don't know. Like Tom Brady, he's a part owner of the Raiders.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know how much he holds. I guess not much, because it's still fucking Chuck, stupid haircut. What's his name?
What is his name?
What's his name? Mark Davis.
Davis, yeah.
Stupid haircut. He
Yep.
still has full say.
Yep.
He looks ridiculous, by the way. How is that a human being? How does a human being look like that? I follow you guys on IG. I can let you know how I feel entirely about the Steelers. Yeah, I get it, brother. I get it, man. I totally understand it, man. Oh, God. Steelers Nation, they have the Bills this Sunday. We got the Bills this Sunday. I know this was a very early day to do the preview, but based off of the week that it is, with it being Thanksgiving week, and with the way our schedule is and how busy our week's going to get, this was the best time we could get her done. So, thus, we were able to do the preview tonight. So,
Get her done, get her right out the way. And yeah, that's the preview, guys.
yeah, because the rest of the week's going to be busy in regards to getting everything ready for Thanksgiving and spending time with the family.
Very occupied week coming up.
It's gonna be all about the holidays. So very early content in regards this week for the channel. But you guys,
honestly, even if we went live Friday, right, talk about this, I think we still would have said exactly what we said today.
yeah, but
it would never change.
we would just had a little more confirmation on A-Rod's availability or Dalton Kincaid's availability and stuff like that. But even still, I wouldn't anticipate both to play. Will A-Rod and his presence and his return make much of a difference? Between the ears, yes. But in terms of a game plan, no. Not really.
No.
Despite the Bills defense giving up 85 points the last 3 games, the Bills defense hurt. Bottom 3 in rushing defense. Their defensive line's weak. They're going to miss so many starters. Where have I heard that one before? I think I heard that just last week, didn't I, versus the Bears? Didn't do anything for us. They didn't.
Absolutely nothing.
Then you got the Bills' offense being so predictable and lackluster outside of what James Cook and Josh Allen have been doing, but them turning the ball over very often and them allowing so many sacks the past number of weeks. Like,
the answer sheet is right there for the Steelers.
the key's there. All you got to do is
actually get it done.
unlock the chamber, bro. Just unlock the chamber. But we'll see what they do, man. We'll see what they do this Sunday. I'm not optimistic. I'm really not.
No.
I'm not optimistic at all. I'm hoping they can somehow pull out a victory. Even if they do, it doesn't change my result in the season. It doesn't change my view of the season. But
a win will only sweep everything under the rug. I'm just going to continue to say that.
it will. But as a Steelers fan, I'm still going to root for a victory.
I'm going to root for the team. I mean, this team will have my full-fledged support. I'm not optimistic.
We'll be
though.
here every Sunday, man.
Through thick and thin, through it all. Even if it's a complete blowout, it could be the Bills 42, Steelers 10, and we'll still be there until we see triple zeros.
Unchained, no, we are not. No. To answer your question, no, we are not.
Nope.
But we will be here for Sunday for the game. It's actually going to be a 4:25 game, so later afternoon matchup. So I guess we got
to wait late. That's right. We
Yes.
do got to wait later for Sunday. We're going to wait later for...
Yes. But look at the positive. It gives you a little bit of extra time to mentally prepare for another stressful Sunday of Steelers football.
I'd rather just get it done and over with.
No, I get it. I understand. I totally understand. But with that being said, folks, we're going to call it a stream. We're going to go on out of here. Enjoy the rest of our night. You guys do the same, man. And we'll see you. We might see you guys later this week, depending on how the schedule turns out and whatever news comes out, or if anything, or if there's just another topic we want to get off of our chest or whatever. So if anything, we might see you guys later this week. Otherwise, if not, we're going to see you Sunday. And Rob's going to have another short coming up based off of our reactions from the Bears game. So look out for that as well.
Yeah, it's another compilation of just the Steelers' mishaps and mistakes and just overall bad performance versus the Bears. So definitely keep an eye out for that.
Yeah. Otherwise, we'll see you on Sunday. And with that being said, you guys have a great rest of your night. You guys enjoy your week. And happy Thanksgiving. If you guys are traveling, safe travels. Cherish the family time. Eat as much as you can. Don't eat too much. I mean, I can't promise that I won't eat too much. So, with that being said, I guess chow down.
I'm going to chow down. I'm going to eat. I'm going to have a good time. But you guys, cherish the family time. Cherish the feast. Cherish the meal. Cherish your Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to you guys.
Yes. Happy Thanksgiving, man. We love you guys. Definitely cherish the family time. Definitely cherish the holiday. And you guys enjoy your guys' holiday, man. You guys have a great week. Happy Thanksgiving. And we'll see you after the holiday for the Steelers versus Bills matchup. So, we'll see you in the next one. Here we go, Steelers.
And as always, like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you later.
Peace!